that the front office?
Where?
Oh, shit.
Who?
Look at that.
Me?
What up, fellas?
Oh, dude, I've been here the whole time. You guys just been talking too much. I can't get a word in.
Damn, you been on mute for 3 weeks?
Dude, 3 weeks. Well, you guys keep talking WWE.
A month?
Keep talking WWE.
Dude.
You know,
Bro,
I don't
we
do
keep
that.
talking WWE. Oh, well, good
right.
shit. Well, people,
Welcome back, front office.
fucking
Thank you,
yeah,
thank
for
you.
the fucking thousands in attendance and the millions.
And millions.
Oh, you guys got new tricks.
Well, oh, that's an old trick that we just dug back up, baby cakes. We got the fucking front office back. So welcome back, big dog. We have missed you.
That's right.
Damn right. Thank
Dude,
you.
we have
Missed you,
been
boys.
telling these people about how the show isn't going to look pretty for a couple weeks, and we started off at one week and then 2 weeks. Second week,
Yeah,
we're like,
dude.
he is definitely back next week.
I
Made
was
a lot of
out in the
excuses.
thicket.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys know that my first episode back after a while. I mean, we have to do this. Like, this is just.
Oh,
This is.
You
We
can
bring
stay.
it back, and we
Can
keep.
you stay gone?
Dude,
Yeah.
no,
Dude.
fuck no. This is ingrained in our history.
I've never unmissed somebody so fast in my entire
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
life.
I didn't even know unmiss was a word until now.
Yeah, dude, it's
This is
I
like
get
that
just
family
fucked.
reunion, and all of a sudden you hear a cousin say something kind of racist. You're like, I should have stayed home.
Dude, but good shit though. For real though, 4 weeks without the front office, without the bloodline, without the goddamn the hamster that's pedaling the wheel.
That's right.
Somebody's got to pull up all these websites.
I had to fill those
Dude,
shoes for 4 weeks.
hey,
Guess what?
I-
Couldn't do it.
Stuart, look, Stuart got one shoe on though, tied it tight. He might not have gotten
Damn right.
both shoes on, but that motherfucker had a shoe on, a tenny. Like he tied it up like a Converse, where he had to really
It was a high
get in
top.
that
It was,
bit.
it
Yeah,
was a
high top
bitch.
that bit. But he got one on, and he did a pretty good job. So
There it
I
is.
do think that. But it is good to have you back.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Hope you had a good time where you were at. We just told him you were traveling the world, and then told him that you were shipped to Ukraine last week.
Yeah, look, the front lines are an ugly
True.
place. You know, it's just as bad as you see on the news. So
Are we winning? Are the good guys winning?
Is
It
Putin
depends.
dead?
We're really just hamsters, like working out. You know, the next gen war material. So
Wait, there's war hamsters? Is that I missed that.
yeah, pretty much. Well,
that's
we're the
sick.
guinea pigs. You know, we're testing out the next gen.
Shit on the Russians.
Front office dropped a lot
Yeah.
of drones.
You know, that's can't talk about that. Obviously,
Classified.
we're letting it get the use in the field that it needs. You know, we are diagnosing and fixing errors as they come up.
That's war crimes to me. He just can't say it.
Yeah, but he's got that Tony Stark ordeal. Where like
Yeah.
it's all just
That-
collateral. Anything that happens under his watch is basically just collateral. It is what it
It's
is.
a
I'm not
license
paying
to
for it.
it's a license to kill.
What was that?
Yeah, dude.
What was that movie in like the early 2000s with the secret agent guinea pigs? Was it called G Unit?
G-Force.
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 G-Unit. That'd be sick if it was G-Unit.
it just had Tony Yayo in the game in it.
Fucking yeah. 50 Cent.
Did he?
G-Unit.
Shouts out 50. That dude, his movie was pretty cool. Remember his PlayStation game, Get Rich or Die Trying? Was fire.
Yeah, dude.
Great
That was a
video,
good game.
great fucking video game. Shout out Curtis. But yeah, that's good shit. Good. That kind of brings us to the first thing. I mean, we have to talk about this right off the bat. We're going to be talking about, I mean, wars. We may have a civil war here soon with the arresting of fucking Jack's uncle, 45.
Don't even.
Or is he arrested yet? I guess he's not even arrested yet.
He went down to the courthouse and they said that he doesn't have to get a mug shot because
He was booked.
Duh.
duh.
saying?
You're not
But
taking
as-
Donnie's
because he
you're not
went
taking
directly
Donnie's
to-
fingerprints.
Yeah,
He didn't get
went-
fingerprinted.
Yeah, because he went directly into the courthouse, there was no like formal booking, so no mugshot, no fingerprints.
Damn. And fucking a little birdie told me that our right wing Republican Jack Manning can recite his fucking. He can. Do you know what all his charges by heart? I hear.
I was saying that Stu of all people probably knew all
Oh,
his charges.
see,
by
I thought
heart.
you
Yeah,
did.
No.
Damn,
See,
dude,
I don't
I've
even
been-
see the charges,
I've been on
bro.
the edge of my
They not,
seat.
bro. These don't even exist.
Yeah, they're
bro.
not even
30
real to
it's-
Jack.
He's
30
he's Teflon Don, dude. None of this shit's gonna stick. None of this shit's sticking, baby.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's
hush
34 charges of the same thing, which is fraudulent like business bookkeeping.
This is all for the Stormy Daniels thing.
Yeah, they had to move some numbers to hide the fact that he paid all this money to a porn star.
Here's a number to move around. She had to pay him $124,000 for legal fees today. So that's
she had to pay him.
Yeah, dude, that came out today. I don't know.
So
I mean, I looked that up on fucking probably like tuckercarlson.net, but it's still a source, bro.
Dude, so I actually heard that. Did you know Tucker Carlson is like the #1 source of information for like the average American news? Like it's the most watched news. Like in the United. That's terrifying.
Sad. Yeah,
like that's an opinion show.
Bro, he blows.
Like he literally openly will tell you that he,
like there's way more people tuned into Tucker than like.
Dude, he will like tell you not to listen to him. He'll be like, dude, my opinions are like I'm just here spewing shit. Like I'm just spewing what I think. Like none of this is like journalism whatsoever. And people are just like, that's what we want. We don't want journalism. We want
them to take it as journalism
news. It's so fucking ridiculous. I didn't know that. And so here's another thing I'm going to throw at you, a little Teflon. Tell me if this is going to break the Teflon or not. I hear that there's something in the pipeline of where he maybe or is probably going to get charged for him trying to solicit those 10,000 votes in Georgia from that guy, from like the governor or whatever during the election. And that might really fuck him from what I understand. Like that's different ball game. That's different. There's playing a porn star off and then there's election fraud. Dude, I think that might be.
To be honest, I have no
realistically though
about any of that, but it sounds bad. I mean, but
yeah, obviously it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good. Yeah, it doesn't sound great. But here's
that's not my bag, baby.
But like, I don't know. I'm not smart. Penis, what is it? Penis pump enlargement. This is totally my bag. Is the name of the book.
This kind of thing is my bag. By Mr.
It's so good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. I mean, Don's got a couple rough months ahead of him, but. It's going to lead him right into an election cycle. I laughed, though, because there was somebody that was like posting something like, this is only going to help Donald Trump. And then I thought about it for a second because like I think people can just get away with saying stuff like that and then not really having to think that thought all the way through because like who was like before Trump got arrested being like, I don't know about this Donald Trump guy. And then after he gets arrested being like, fuck it, I'm with him. Like that's zero people.
So that's what I was just having this conversation with the guy I work with. We were both talking about like, this doesn't do it. And I might've been having this conversation with Stuart too. It's like, this only makes him stronger. Like there's nobody that's watching this that's going like, oh, well, that's it. Like I'm, like there's more people that are like, oh,
if you're still in with
the witch
Trump,
hunt, it's strange.
You've been through everything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I sent that thing today in the group.
You went through Jan 6, bro.
I mean, he literally set a record.
You were there
today. He set a record for fucking. So it says, today Trump surges in polls with record 8 million fundraising hole off back of today's 2:15 p.m. indictment. So he's just raking in record money in light of this because his people, if anything, this just strengthens the message. Yeah, the billionaire, the greatest businessman in the world needs your fucking needs your $5. But it's like this only strength, like they said, this just reinforces the message for these people.
Have you Bud Light drinkers even read Art of the Deal, dude? Come on,
dude, fucking right. My pinky in the air, sipping my beer. It makes me want to break sobriety just to drink a Bud Light right now. Let me tell you, 4 years of sobriety.
Is it a special edition? Like can you buy buy normal Bud Light, or are all Bud Light cans like?
It might just be that. Even here's the thing. Even if it is about that pepper. Oh, see, there I am fucking it up. But look it up.
About 10 minutes.
Yeah, we made about 10 minutes. I think we have a
Hey,
slide
Jamie,
for this.
pull that shit up.
Yeah, Jamie, pull that shit up. The thing, even if it is every goddamn Bud Light can, like it's like the NFL thing. Like I said, dude, not everyone who's drinking Bud Light watches football. Like I'm sure those people go out and go, God damn, can I get a Bud Light can that doesn't have the Chicago Bear on the side of it, and they're like, I could give 2 fucks about it, and they're like, but they still buy it. They're not going, I'm not buying this beer till this goddamn bear's off my can. Like, get over it.
Did you see the tweet? The guy who I posted from? It says, "Kid Rock speaks for me. No more Bud Light."
Well, look at this guy. Look at this. Oh, so he starts shooting. What, he's got an MP5 in his hand?
This kid.
That's Kid Rock, dude.
Yeah. Is that an MP5?
Notice his shitty aim. And notice the person who's firing off camera to the right.
Yeah,
there's a second shooter like the grassy fucking knoll that can actually hit the cans because Kid Rock can't shoot.
Like a firing squad. He's got blanks. Some dudes on the right of him fucking shooting real bullets.
replay the firing. Replay the shooting.
Jamie, roll that back.
Yeah, look right here.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Ready? Someone else.
Look at the shit on the
Oh yeah,
shotgun. Somebody shooting a shot. That's a definitely a shotgun blast.
He goes, fire breath rounds.
Fuck you, Joe Biden.
Dude,
I love that.
The camera turns. It's Chris Pratt with a shotgun.
Yeah,
Kid Rock has his own fish fry. I love that too. That makes the better. But here's the best part about this, and I was talking to Shan about this before we got on here. The best part about this is how many people are outing themselves as Bud Light drinkers. That is the most piss shit beer that's ever touched my lips. And like, I didn't know that many people drank that shit. I mean, I know that Bud Select was popular in like around here at least, and then platinum because it got you fucked up. Platinum had like a alcohol content, and then Budweiser, the heavies, I mean, but like, I didn't know that. Like, if you're drinking Bud Light on like all the time willingly, then like, oops, what is that? Is this a Hitler can?
Is that her?
Bro, that's literally the can, though. I mean, maybe these guys are onto something. That's fucking. I mean, it's just crazy that's like going on a bunch of cans.
It's just a stupid design, though. Like,
It's a stupid design.
I don't care what's on the Bud Light can, but like,
who fucking cares?
That's just not a very good design on the can.
Yeah, I mean, and who like? I just think it's so wild that like this has got people. Like, I put that shit on Instagram earlier. That guy who like chucked his fucking beer on the ground and then put one under his lifted tire truck and then drove over it. It's like, dude, you spent so much fucking time. One, you went and bought that beer. You bought it for the sake of this video. Then you took all this time to edit it to line up when you smash it to when they say fuck in the song. So like and then you got in your truck and rolled, and then and like the end of it, he's like, I ain't scared to fight. Like, who, it's like, bro, who are we fighting against? That's what I want to know. Like, who are you fighting against? What war are you fighting? Like, I don't understand. Go ahead.
Well, this trans lady, Dylan Mulvaney. I'll be honest. I don't really know her. But like someone at my work told me that she had just started her transition like 100 days ago, and like I guess she's blown up because on TikTok she has like a daily thing like documenting her transition. So 100 days in, and you get a Bud Light deal.
Yeah, she's swagger jacking. It's kind of what she's doing. She just rolled in and took the spotlight. I mean, good for her. If she's like, who have been doing this forever. Yeah, I mean, there's trans kids killed every day for just, I mean, it's, I am obviously, I don't care because I am pro, LGBTQ. Like, I am all for that shit. And I could give and I don't drink beer anyway. I don't drink at all. But I don't give 2 fucks what's on my can. Like, the fact that like you're going to quit drinking your favorite beer. I mean, one, again, the biggest problem here is that your favorite beer is Bud Light. That's the big problem here. Well, 2, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Oh, no, we'll put 2 on hold. Go ahead.
Well, now I want beers to out-gay each other.
Me
now I want like you pop the Coors Light.
I want it to go.
Pop it in the fridge, and when the dick turns blue, it's fucking like good to drink.
Yeah, when the balls are blue. When the balls
dude, you get the Brokeback Mountain guys on there for that rocky cold refreshment.
When their lips touch, your
it's just a set of balls, and as it gets colder, the balls shrink and move up into the can.
Dude, it'd just be. I mean, I'm here for as gay as we can get, and like
I want the gayest beer.
Yeah, but I just think that's like there's
probably Bud Light.
bro, on TikTok today, like
regardless,
it probably
before,
is Bud Light.
it's gotta be good. It's gotta be Bud Light. Like, bro, you would scroll through Twitter today or TikTok today, and like the entire For You page was just people boycotting Bud Light. Like it was just like, dude, how much they probably made record sales today. I would guarantee that Bud Light made like a record sale today.
I read, and also this may have been TuckerCarlson.net for all I know, but I did read that the person who was running that ad campaign, again, didn't have the authorization to do it or some shit. And they're like, there's apparently like a bunch of shit going back and forth where that person might be in trouble now. And I'm like, really? You like just either like, you're telling me that somebody allowed a run of can production in your like facility and you were like didn't know anything about it and it wasn't approved at AB. Like
it's InBev. You're like the largest brewer in the world.
Right. So
dude, somebody just slid this gay campaign right under our nose.
I hope so. It'd be great.
They had the rug pulled out from underneath us.
So Bud Light has to come out in like a week and be like, yeah, we don't support gay people. Like, wait, what? Like
they overcorrect too far.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually hate the motherfuckers.
Yeah, dude, fuck the gays.
The next can
we at InBev are declaring jihad on all the
fucking. They've got one like tied to a pole in the back. They're like, and to prove it, we're gonna sacrifice one. They're like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, dude, that's so fucking good.
They put Tim the Toolman Taylor on the Budweiser can to get a fucking in brand war going on. Oh, real men drink Budweiser.
Scan your barcodes and eventually you will win a NASCAR pit pass.
Yeah, dude. You get F1 TV for a year. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, if you're upset about a Bud Light can, fuck you. Like seriously, dude, suck me sideways. Like you have got way fucking too much time on your hands. And like honestly, all it does, and I said this, I commented on the guy video on TikTok that had the truck. All this does is show us how big of a pussy you are. Like if you're that big, if you're that scared of a fucking pride flag slapped on the side of your beer can, then like you are a giant pussy. And like that is,
and I think the whole point that I like seeing this is that like, okay, I'm not expecting like my dad's like 70-year-old friends to see that and be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go buy Bud Light now. Hell yeah, I gotta do, you know.
I'm gonna kiss my best friend.
But also, yeah, exactly.
I always want to kiss Larry.
I wish I would have learned to know myself better before.
I'm driving 5 hours to I'm gonna tongue Jack right on the mouth.
And I'm not expecting people to be like that, but if you have like a fucking even like a remotely like, oh, I hate this reaction, you're just as bad as any, like it's just like you're a fucking idiot too. It's just like God. It's like who gives a shit? Who seriously? Who gives a shit? Like if you can either be like, yes, I support this, or you can be like, okay, who gives a shit? Like that's like
it's unreal.
Whatever.
Like, dude.
Kindergartners
and then there's guys out there shooting cans to fucking show their disgust.
That was the other good part. Like after that shooting a few weeks ago, and everybody's like, dude, and all these people are so worried about like because then the train, you know, all the they're like, damn, you're trying to make our kids gay. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make our kids trans, and like
God,
the whole time kids are just getting mowed the fuck down in schools. And like everybody's like, dude, fuck, you ain't taking my gun, but you want to put a skirt on little David? Hell fucking no.
Little David will take a bullet before he wears a skirt.
You can shoot little David before I let you put a goddamn fucking skirt on him.
The family.
Hell no. Ain't no queers here. But like it's goofy. It's goofy. And you're a giant pussy if you're I mean, you could be offended. Like be offended. Like seriously. There are probably people who, I mean, think about all those people who were mad at Kaepernick. All these same people, they're in the same group that were mad years ago about Kaepernick, mad boycotting football. I ain't watching that fucking shit. You know, they brought their leave politics out of it. Blah, blah. I mean, it's the same crowd. They weren't not buying beer when they had football teams on them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that wasn't enough, but like, this is still $1 billion company that was funding the, you know, the enemy in your eyes, you know? So it's like, what is it now all of a sudden that, like, you know, that now we have to quit buying Bud Light all of a sudden? Like, it's just so stupid.
For how long?
For how long?
Exactly. Yeah. Until their trailer park fucking,
exactly.
You know, until their budget runs out and they can't afford fucking, you know, Michelob. Oh, I guess Michelob.
And they realize
Budweiser.
that Natural Light sucks ass.
Yeah.
They'll be back.
Dude, Bud Light should have done this like as a stealth campaign and not told anybody. And the beer should have just showed up at the store in rural ares, and then all the rednecks would have looked at it and been like, "That's a fucking hot chick on this fucking can," and they'd have no fucking idea. And that's how you like convert these people. They're like,
dude,
maybe
4 days in, they're like, "Dude, don't you? The tranny on that can is awesome, right?" They're like,
like, "What?"
Yeah.
Maybe they're not so bad after all. I drank about 30 of these tranny beers and I feel great.
It's like those dudes in 1983 listen to that first Poison album being like, which chicken Poison would you fuck? And you look at the names and you're like, Ricky's a
definitely
chick name.
CC DeVille.
CC, that's a girl's name. Brett. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Brett.
Fuck that hot chick from Prince. That Prince, what was that Mickey or whatever, who looked like everybody thought was a woman willing to fuck. It was like Prince's person. Anyways, same deal. Not knowing a reference, same concept. Just another reference.
That's
I
what they
didn't
should have
know,
done.
and I
They
was
should have.
relying on Stu.
Dude, just like they dropped bricks off in the ghetto before fucking, you know, any other conflict. They should have just dropped off a fucking stack of gay beers, you know, right in every major city in the Midwest, and just fucking and not said a word.
Shh, don't tell them.
Dude, in 2 weeks from now, these people are gonna be fucking pissed when we tell them that actually that guy's got the fattest swinging dick between his legs. Yeah, I hope so. Well, yeah, like Stuart said, hopefully these companies start outgaying each other, because I'm here for it.
I want dude, more gays is just population control, and traffic's bad enough as it is.
Dude,
more gays, please.
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 All right. Well, so what else we got on the list? So we got Trump, we got the gays. Hit me with that, dude. Just hit me with that gay shit.
Oh my god.
So Jack, do you want to talk about do we want to talk about where you're at? And I guess we'll go into WrestleMania after that, or do we want to talk about your fucking your teacher getting out of jail, your buddy getting out of jail in Romania, in the fire ass video he dropped smoking the cigar, because that motherfucker was.
I mean, I think we might
motivating.
I don't know. I think we're gonna take a lot of time on WrestleMania, so maybe we do pop in a little T-bomb in real quick.
A little T-bomb.
Talk about it. So Andrew Tate, as the kids call him on the street, got released from prison this week, and he looks fucking pretty like yoked. He looks like he looks like Bane, but like, you know, way less Baney. Look at that. That's a Bane look. But no, Top G's back, dude. I'm excited. I'm gonna get back on the lessons and try to ascend to the top.
He's not totally freed. He's on house arrest now,
dude.
So he still can't leave the country.
So is he charged with like sex trafficking or not? Like what happened?
Isn't he suing them?
They're still trying to like build the case. That's why that's why they had him retained. They had to keep holding him while they're building the case, and finally they're like, okay, it's taken too long. Now it's getting cruel. So let's release him to house arrest at least. But he still can't leave the country.
Dude, Romania is a fucked country. I'd hate to be arrested there. Jesus Christ.
It's pretty
you will stay. You will stay here until we build a case against you. Like, what the fuck,
dude?
Imagine it wasn't Tate and it was you.
Dude, this motivational thing. He looks like he's ready for fucking. I mean, this dude's puffing a cigar. It got in his nose a little bit. That's my favorite part of the video.
His eyes are burning
right there. Yeah, his eyes are burning from the cigar smoke. Like he's walking right through the cigar smoke. He just blew out. Like, dude, super hardcore. There's his brother, full head of hair, looking healthy as shit. He literally looks like a jihadist. Like he doesn't look okay. Like he looked like the Bane pictures look good, but then like you see him right there and you're like,
looks like shit.
You're like, damn, dude, he has got to. I mean, fuck. I mean, I guess he couldn't cut his hair in there, but like,
just for men, dude, he's got to call Kevin. That's all I know.
All that money and he still looks like that. Damn. I mean, look at all the Kardashians. All them broads are ugly as fuck.
Are they coming in that picture up there? Are they coming out of a fucking? Is that the like Romanian prison? Like a little shack, like a little tiny shack.
Who are these broads?
These are the alleged accomplices. Yes,
they're the ones that allegedly would like text the other chicks to be like trying to keep them in line and groom them and all that, being like, he's not so bad. He treats me great. He'll treat you great. Girl power.
Hell yeah,
dude! All these. What's up with broads? Just do it. Like they just turn around and just pimp their own kind out. What the fuck is that?
Dude, all women hate each other. Just
whatever happened to Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, it's awfully quiet over there.
Yeah,
she's still alive,
dude. I don't know.
Ain't fucked her up yet. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
So
what does he do here? So what do we do now? So what comes next in the Andrew Tate story? Like, is he going to obviously house arrest? But like, I heard he's trying to sue them. He's going to counter, like he's trying to file a lawsuit against them for this wrongful. I mean, he obviously doesn't think he should be there or should have been there or be on house arrest. So I would assume that he's going to file some type of legal action against that country. At least that's what I heard. So, I mean, we don't know anything about Andrew Tate or what he's been doing.
I think he should try to ask like all of his followers to like try to help him escape. Like all of a sudden there's like 5 helicopters just storming the house, like trying to evac Andrew Tate.
Well, what is the video? The video I watched, like I didn't watch with any sound. I just watched him pace back and forth. Like I said, blood, smoke in his face. Like, what is he saying? Is he hyping it up? Like,
it's just body language, dude. Just letting you know that the alpha, the top dog's back.
He says, no yard time, pacing a 3-meter cell with 0 electronics or outside contact, absolute clarity of mind, real thoughts, real plans, vivid pain, 1 hour home, and I can't stand my phone. Some habits die hard. We must defeat Shaitan.
That's, I guess, how you say Satan with a lisp. Satan. Satan.
We must defeat Satan.
We must defeat Satan.
Is that actually what he's trying to say?
I don't know.
No.
No idea.
Well, he converted, right?
Satan's the lawyer, probably.
He did. Is that like a demon or something?
Shaitan is an evil spirit in Islam, inciting humans to sin by whispering in their hearts. Although invisible to humans, they are imagined to be ugly and grotesque creatures created from fire.
Oh,
nice. So he believes.
Sounds like Dementors from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Andrew Tate is trying to take on the fucking Demogorgon.
Matrix, dude. Remember, he's going after the Matrix. Well, did you see that he got released on the day the Matrix was dropped or something like that? Or like that was like somebody like one of his followers was like, it can't be a coincidence that he was dropped or that he was released on the day. It has like some like super like relevance to the Matrix, the date and time he was released. So
yeah, it probably is a coincidence.
Yeah,
he's probably like holding the door. He's holding the door like
he retweeted it though, so he obviously was like, yeah, had to been.
They're like, Mr. Tate, you can leave now. He's holding the door shut. He's like, I gotta leave in 3 minutes.
Wait.
They're like, dude, can you just go outside?
Has to time out.
No, I have to tweet it into reality.
Dude, like, fuck no, I ain't going out there. They're like, dude, we released Andrew Tate 2 hours ago. He's just been sitting in here. We can't get him to leave.
He's saying he's got to play in some ball hockey tournament.
Yeah, he does have a Twitter. Will they give him his Twitter back?
Well, his manager
Tate's always had Twitter.
Had his Twitter the whole time and has been tweeting on his behalf.
See, I thought
the Cobra.
Yeah, wow, he even retweeted the Shaitan thing. The devil is not a metaphor to evil. He is real, created by Allah, and he is responsible for spreading all kinds of evil in this world. Shaitan also has humans working for him. We seek refuge to Allah from his and his servants. It's Andrew Tate.
Why would Allah create the shitty thing? Whatever.
Yeah, dude, none of that shit makes any sense. I was trying to find the fucking the Matrix thing, but it doesn't. He did say the Matrix offered him money to sell his soul. That was in December, though. Well, good. We'll have to keep an eye on this, especially if Jack are going to be re fucking enrolling. I mean, I guess you probably never never dropped out. Huh?
Well, once
You
I
just
gave my
kinda-
credit card information, it was game over. Like I said, they were.
Yeah, you kept getting all
locked
these
in.
Romanian prison charges on your credit card. You're like, what the fuck are these $10 reoccurring charges?
A
Like,
lot
what
of
is that?
ramen in Romanian prison.
Yeah, dude.
He makes like a video one of these days. Like, I want to shout out, like he has like a list of like 200 people and like Jack's name just in there. He's like Jack Manning. He's like, all these are the people that like, without these 225 people, like I had never made it through Romanian prison. All these people are like, what the fuck?
Shout out my Patreons. He just turned. He scratched it on the fucking wall.
That'd be so sick.
That's Jack's legacy is etched on the name. His name is etched on the wall in a Romanian prison cell.
That's like his claim to fame. He's like, bitch, who are you? Were you on Andrew Tate's jail cell? I don't think so. Shut your fucking mouth.
Dude, that'd be so much street cred with the incel community.
Yeah.
Dude, they probably fuck you, honestly. Would you? Would you grant a group of incels their wish after you became full top G?
I'll tell you this: if somebody scratches my first and last name into the wall of a Romanian prison, I'll fuck them.
Dude,
you heard it here first, folks.
Oh my
Challenge.
God. Hold on while I look for plane tickets to Romania. Let me see if I can book a flight to. I'm gonna see if I can book a flight to Romania really quick.
I got some miles on my credit card.
Dude, I'm trying to get fucked.
Oh my God.
Dude, good shit. Well, let's see. Yeah, awesome, dude. Andrew Tate, not a free man, semi-free man in Romania. So we'll see. Yeah. Let us know. Let us know when you find out. We can come back to this on weekly occurrences now that we. Well, I mean, obviously he's still. I mean, if he's guilty, then I guess you're gonna have to like re-drop out again. But for the time being, I guess we'll just hang out in this gray area where Jack can like openly praise Andrew Tate again until we find out that he's a human trafficker for real.
And then we have to drop the bid. But hey, until then, it goes.
We have to go back. We have to go in our back catalog and start deleting parts of the fucking.
Delete the footage. Delete the footage.
It just we put like we put that Disney warning that was like, this was created in a time where stereotypes were different. We didn't know what we knew back then.
We had no fucking idea, dude.
Apparently Aladdin's racist. We didn't know it when we made it. Had no idea.
We have the same warning as Tom and Jerry.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll get back to that. All right. So I guess the rest of what we got on here is all pretty much sports shit. So I think we can kind of get through some of these quick ones before we before we do I do want to talk about this because this is my favorite thing that I put in there today about the little fat chick that thought she was Madeline McCann. We don't have to talk about it. This is real. So we only have to touch on it for a second. This because I was reading about this. So good. Pull her up. This fat girl right here thought she was Madeline McCann. And if you know who Madeline McCann is, she was kidnapped like years and years ago, and she was a kid. If we scroll down a little bit, you got a picture of her down there, like it's her. So like she is like one of the biggest missing cases like in the world. There's been specials about it. Where's Madeline McCann? Every few years, like there's new, there'll be like
she's been connected to QAnon because there was a rumor that John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, was the one who kidnapped.
She's literally been every conspiracy she gets tied to. It's just like this. It's unreal. Like nobody. But anyway, this chick comes out of nowhere and says, "I think I'm Madeline McCann." And the best part about it is her parents. Well, her reasoning for it was she goes on Dr. Phil, right? And she's like, "Why do you think that you're?" They're like, "Why do you think you're Madeline McCann?" She's like, "Well, every time I talk to my parents about my upbringing, they just don't want to talk about it." And they're like, "Bitch, you're lying."
Really boring.
No, they were like, she's lying. And they're like, "We tell her everything." They're like, "What do you know?" They're like, "We tell her constantly that she's not Madeline McCann and she just doesn't want to believe it." And she's like, "Nah, fuck you guys. I'm Madeline McCann." So like she goes on Dr. Phil to plead her case. And they obviously Dr. Phil's like, we're going to get to the bottom of this, gives her a DNA test, and the bitch is not Madeline McCann. Like, not even close.
Surprise.
Wait, Stu, take my shock face for the thumbnail. Okay.
The soy boy. The Jack soy boy.
The soy boy shock face.
But fucking, like, dude, her parents were like, we told you, dummy. Like, we fucking, like, what are you talking about? Like, So this is the chick that that plastic broad right there. She is like the I think medium. she's like her medium, right? So so she's obviously attached onto this for the fame. Like she was like, oh, bitch is crazy. I'll definitely represent you. Come on in here. I guess these are her. I can't tell. Is this Madeline McCann's parents down here? Or is that her? I think that's McCann's parents.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway,
Wendell's parents.
Looks that's her parents.
I can't tell. It just says Kate and Jerry McCann have not commented on.
Oh yeah. So that, like I said, that looks like the McCanns. But but her parents apparently have been telling her that this is not a real thing forever. But I just think it's so funny that like she's like I share so many characteristics of her, and then like they show her, and like how do you know like this is a little baby, and she had like an eye defect. Like if you look at Madeline McCann's,
her
thing,
iris
she got that little,
had like
a dot. Yeah, it's like a weird dot.
So Fatty has the same thing?
No, she doesn't. That was like the first thing. They're like, I can tell looking at you right now that you're not her because you don't have the same thing. She shares zero, but she is convinced. She's like, I look just like, I think I share all these characteristics.
She looks like Putin in a wig.
Dude, she yeah.
She kind of does.
She looks like Putin.
Yeah.
Bro, she looks like she needs a snack.
This is just, dude, Russian chicks are fucking psychopaths.
Yeah, I just thought this was so good. I'm like, damn. Like you've heard every 2 years or so, like I said, you get this update on Madeline McCann, and like it's usually like we think we might have like a tip, but never have I thought that I think that some fucking chick, and where did they say she's from? She's from
Romania.
Romania. Yeah. And where was Madeline McCann?
Poland. I'm sorry, Poland.
She's from Poland. Madeline McCann was she was from Britain, right? So that's
they're on vacation in Portugal.
Yeah. So this chick she's like, yeah, my parents just refuse to tell me about. Anytime I bring it up, they get quiet about it.
It's like your parents don't like you.
It's like it's just because
they don't want to.
You won't shut the fuck up about being Madeline McCann.
We told you for the 100th time. You've lived here your whole life. What the fuck is wrong?
I hoped it was a phase that you were going through.
Yeah.
There was this quote from the mom that like she is 100% born in Romania. like we were there. I birthed this bitch.
Yeah, here you go. She is absolutely 100% Poland. From Poland.
Hence the giant potato.
You also thought you were John Benet Ramsey for 2 weeks. This is a thing for you. And John Benet was dead. How was that even going to work?
Yeah,
that's why you had to drop that bit.
You
had to drop the John Benet bit because you found out they found her dead like after a week of knowing about the case. But no, you stuck onto the Madeline McCann bit for 2 weeks. What the fuck?
You were telling everybody that
you went on Dr. Phil and told people you were Madeline McCann.
You were telling everybody you were Natalie Holloway for a month. You know, they're like, Natalie Holloway's like 20 years older than her, been missing for a decade.
Also, fuck Dr. Phil for putting people like this on a fucking stage.
Yeah,
absolutely, bro. But
parading
also, thank you,
freaks.
Thank you.
Well, at least he called her out. He called her out.
Yeah,
he also tried to call out, the Catch Me Outside chick, and that didn't work. And now she's bigger than ever.
Now she's bigger than ever. But bro, we are never gonna. I'm all for. People are always like, "Oh, quit making stupid people famous." Keep making stupid people famous. Like I love it because then we get to watch. Like I get to watch you have a fucking like. That Catch Me Outside girl just turned like 20 the other day, and she celebrated by handstanding and twerking her fat ass in her mom's face. Her mom was sitting in like a lawn chair, and she like threw her ass up in her mom's face and twerked her butt cheeks in her face. Like, bro, I love
Bad Baby.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea what her name is.
Bad Bunny is the.
No, I'm kidding. It's Bad Bar. It's Bad Bar. It's like Bad Barbie or Babby or something like that.
Bad Bunny twerked on a fucking table at WrestleMania night too.
He got his neck broken the night. Yeah, it was the night after WrestleMania. It was Raw after WrestleMania. Raw. Which they're saying is the worst in years, is what they were saying on.
Oh yeah, cagefight.com. They said it was the third worst rated wrestling event on their site.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But so
Dr. Phil though.
Dr. Phil, that I love. Keep making people. No, just keep. We'll go right into sports. But keep making fucking famous people stupid. I love it. Or stupid people famous. Keep doing it. I love it. Put them out there so they can be super racist on TV. So then we can just, that just fucks them in the long run. I mean, like it's just like we just get to watch the downfall, and I'm here for that. I love that shit. So
I'm here for it too.
I'm here for it. Stu's not here for it. Stu's like, huh. No.
He's like, I watched enough Jerry Springer growing up. I lived through Jerry Springer.
No. All right. So 2 more quick ones we can get into. We can talk about really quick. We can talk about that guy that got fucking destroyed trying to propose to his chick at the fucking Dodgers game.
Yeah, that was excessive.
And then he got banned for a year too. Yesterday, they hit him with a year. Only a year. Well, fuck, dude. He got Ray Lewis.
Smoked.
I mean, he got. What they say? I think in the tweet I sent it, they say he got Brian. Yeah, security guard said, "Fuck your proposal. It's time for me to be Brian Dawkins."
No, he didn't come in all fucking.
Dude, he just Wolverines him from like 5 yards out. But like, this is so good. Look, he just like, hey, babe,
check it out.
Babe, I love you. What? Hey, he's talking to you. Hey, babe.
Why would you do that?
Dude, he got fucking canned.
Dude, he's the real life Paul Blart, dude. Nobody cares more about that job than that guy, dude.
Right. What a fucking tryhard.
Dude.
I'm glad he's
roll back over time. Yeah. Can we
bro.
That was good form though.
Oh, dude, that is great
that guy
form.
played college ball. He played college ball.
Low
Or at least high
shoulders,
school ball.
lean
Lower
with
the
his shoulder.
Yeah,
That's a legal hit in today's game. Like that's a
Oh,
dude, his
that's a
hat
good one.
went.
He knew it too.
behind him.
He's like, you're not going anywhere.
But we must note that she said yes. She did say yes.
Oh,
She
thank
said
God,
good.
dude. He deserves
Yeah,
it.
thank God.
Is he wearing
and
a
then he got
Mookie
the
Betts jersey?
I'm not sure. Yeah, that looks like a Mookie Betts.
Attaboy.
Dude,
You could do a lot worse than a Mookie Betts jersey.
What if you like propose?
like getting fucking speared on TV? Like that's worse than any jersey you could have on. Is that?
Oh,
Dude, what if
we could just fuck the Kamaru loose and we got a new dead guy.
Yeah.
What if he ran out in the field and like did his little proposal and he's yelling out to his girl in the crowd and she's like, "What?" She doesn't even hear him like propose. He just gets fucking slammed. She's like,
He gets
"What was
out there.
that?"
He gets out there, turns around, realizes she's drinking a trans Bud Light, and he just won, threw away Dodgers tickets for a year, and just as about to get, he's side eyeing Brian Dawkins. He's like, "Damn, all this for a bitch I have to dump later." You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, oh my God, she's got a trans Bud Light. I can't fuck with it.
Dude, can I just say this reply to this video balls out. It's fucking that's pretty
Balls
good.
out. Yeah, but yeah, that guy got fucking destroyed. So that was good.
Yeah, salute to that guy.
I enjoyed it.
And have a long and happy marriage.
Yeah, dude. But congrats. I mean, that's epic as shit. And the fact that she said yes, super dope. And like now, like what a story. Like that is one of those things that like
That's all they're gonna talk about at the wedding. I mean,
Way
that's
to
like
take
gonna
a
be
pop.
all the stories that everybody tells. And
I hope a
jokes
few
about.
Dodgers players show up at this wedding, or like Mookie Betts should. Mookie Betts should go to this wedding.
Mookie
least send
Betts
him a
should
jersey.
send them a fucking Nutra blender.
Yeah, dude.
Something.
Like a ninja? Food ninja?
Get my guy a wedding present, please.
Absolutely.
All right. So the last thing we had before wrestling is we can just talk about this real quick was the women's national champion game. Only because I was so hyped for it. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, LSU Iowa. LSU ends up dominating. Angel Reese is a fucking superstar now, which I love.
What a kick in the ass for women's ball, though.
Dude, it's great, but you see all this shit Angel Reese is getting now, where they're like, you know, because she did the fucking same shit to Caitlin Clark, and like now they're like, well, and all year they called her ghetto and all that shit because like she wears like the one leg sleeve and like she's like not trying to hold, and like now what are you gonna say to her? Like now and like she's been parading around since it. I love it. Angel Reese is a dog, and I didn't know much about her before this tournament, but dude, that girl is a dog. Like that girl transferred. And like, you know, I mean, and like switching schools and then came in and within a year takes LSU to a championship. I mean, just a straight dog.
Because I mean, I was trying to compare her to someone. I was going to compare her to Sha'Carri Richardson, who went to LSU. It's like, just be your fucking self, and just being yourself is controversial, which
just don't smoke your kneecaps off.
You dig a little fucking deeper and it's just like, wow, you're just talking about race, really.
Oh yeah, well that's all it was. Yeah, I mean, and that same
Probably.
thing with like, I mean, look at like you see what's his face is catching all that shit. Barstool guy, Dave Portnoy, and even like Gilly and the Kid, the guys who are not on Barstool but they're like affiliated with them, they're coming out and they're like, bro, you're a fucking idiot. Like,
what did Portnoy say?
He called her a classless piece of shit on Twitter, like for doing that. Retweeted the video of her doing it and said, "You're a classless piece of shit." This is a sophomore in college. You're a 50-year-old man, and you're
Can we talk about the laundry list of classless things that Dave Portnoy's done?
You're picking on
as a grown adult,
like a damn. Like she's like a 19, 20-year-old girl. Keith Olbermann called her like an unprofessional piece of trash. Like all these like grown men.
Keith Olbermann is a giant fat pussy.
I don't know what Keith Olbermann said. Keith Olbermann said something about her because he was the other one. But everyone's like, dude, are you guys really fucking like this is obviously Shaq. Yeah, Shaq retweeted Keith Olbermann and told him to shut his dumb ass up because
here it is.
Good.
Yeah, because what did Keith? Yeah, did you pull it up? What he said?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Portnoy has like a string of threads.
Yeah. So no, So Portnoy's like on the hill. He's like, I will argue about this. Like I'm going to. Like he didn't just like back off this. He dug his feet in and is arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing. And it's like, dude, holy shit! Like. What do you mean? Like this is so clearly about race, and he's hit that. Okay, so that's his, but I'm trying to. He called her a classless piece of shit. Was the original? There it is, right there. Classless piece of shit. Down one.
Fuck you.
His whole argument that he like tried to backpedal from was like, it's different when you do it like when you're winning by 15 and you've already beaten them. And I'm like, dude, shut the like you got caught saying something.
Finals, dude.
You got caught saying something stupid. Like just fucking own it and move on instead of digging your feet in deeper and being an absolute idiot. I don't know.
So Keith Olbermann called her a fucking idiot. So it's like this is you're picking on somebody that's like probably younger than your daughters, like
for sure.
For basketball. Dave,
I think it all just goes back to what I was saying before about the beer stuff. It's like, who gives a shit anyway? It's fucking basketball. It's basketball.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're also all doing something that we can't do.
Well, we didn't even care about March Madness, let alone the women's bracket.
Well, here's
everybody stopped caring when Purdue lost, and everybody's bracket went to shit.
Yeah, well, and like I said, and this one, like this was a different, women's thing. I mean, this was like Caitlin Clark was taking the world by storm. I was all on the Caitlin Clark train, still am. I mean, she's a beast. She has to go back next year, so I mean, we're gonna get more Caitlin Clark in Iowa next year. So I mean, she's a young Steph, but LSU and Angel Reese and I forget the Jasmine Carlson, I think is her name, who they're calling LSU Ice Spice now, the one who just fucking could not miss. I mean,
that's
they
cool
dogged her. It's a cool name because she has the blonde afro. Bro, fucking she lit it up. I mean, like all props to LSU. Love that shit. I think it's a big deal. But like for you guys, for them to like take this spot, like a bunch of old dudes, like a bunch of like people are like to pick on Angel Reese after this for hitting Caitlin Clark with the bitch. Like that's what you're supposed to do. And Caitlin Clark thankfully came out today and was like, I don't know why everybody's hating on her. She's like, I'm a big fan. And like, that's what we do. We trash talk. Like, right. But the big news about this today is, and this takes this to a whole new goddamn level. And that's Jill Biden. If you don't sit your fucking old near dead ass down, she goes, I think Iowa should come to the White House with LSU. Bitch, if you don't sit the fuck down, why? They lost. No, that's not what we're.
That takes away the whole like cool part about going to the White House.
Trophy, bitch.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jill? Like, thankfully, Angel Reese was like a joke. She like retweeted said that joke. All the basketball players saying joke. Caitlin Clark in the same interview she praised Angel Reese today was like, look, that is for winners. Like, like we're not like. Yeah. Jill, like you're not helping the racial thing. I'm saying like the first time like white Jesus loses the women's championship and they're like, why don't you just invite her too?
Can First Lady stop acting like we voted for them?
Bro, it's so funny.
Look, and I am a huge Michelle Obama fan, love her as a person. But you're the reason that I had baked chips at school, and they took the goddamn soda machines out of my school because you took on school lunches. Okay, so you fucked up my childhood, and nor you or your husband did dick. I mean, I love both of you to death. I mean, you're probably the coolest people we've had that we will ever see in office in our lifetime. And like as people, I mean, I am
my uncle's pretty
Michelle
chill.
Obama.
Shut the fuck up,
bro. 45 can lick my balls, and fucking. But you didn't do shit, and you took away fucking regular Lays. I ate baked Lays and fucking drank Diet Pepsi for like 3 years. Okay, that was all.
You had to wait to go to grandma's house to get root beer.
I had to wait till I went to my grandma's house. I had to wait till the fucking custody court sent me to my fucking grandma's house so I can drink a root beer with my good friend Stu. Okay, a cold root beer out of the PF.
Personal fridge.
The personal fridge.
Dude, Jill Biden saw those girls singing High School Musical and singing like "We're all in this together" from Iowa, and then she saw.
Did you see
that? Then she saw the LSU girls like rapping and shit. She's like, "Bro, bring the High School Musical girls with them, or I ain't having anybody come."
They're like, "You're gonna let them inside, inside here?" They're like, "No." I'm so glad. Did you see that video, Stuart?
No.
So there was a video of like after. So it was a video of Iowa I think it might have been both pregame. Of like before the national championship game, right? They go to Iowa. Iowa, everyone on that team's white. They're like mid-American, they're all like little. I mean, look at Caitlin Clark. She has no pigment. Like she is pale. She is Midwestern white. Look at her. I mean, she looks like
maybe with
more
the nose and the eyebrows. I was like, maybe Italian.
She looks like she wears fucking ankle length skirts only.
Yeah.
But so anyway, they go into the hallway where they're warming up, right? They're all stretching. They're all singing High School Musical songs, Disney songs, like together.
That's where they lost.
Then they go to LSU. They've got just the most southern shit. Boom. And like their chicks like jumping in front of the fucking camera, like going nuts, like bro. And like, I mean, it was so hype. I mean, it was like, obviously this is why. And I think front office, who was it in the last year that this happened to, where they like, there was like a game, was it a football game? And they like kind of went into, they were seeing how they each warmed up, and like one warmed up that way and the other. I can't remember what it was. It was a men's sport, but like they were like dancing around, acting like fucking. It was a basketball team, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what it is. But,
I think it was college basketball, actually.
I think it might have been. And like anyway, like the guys were dancing around, acting like fucking. I mean, they're doing little gay dances and shit in the back, and like the other ones were like stone cold, like not. And then the guys dancing like fucking. They got their shit kicked in, and it was like. I mean, you're about to play a national championship, all for Disney and shit like that. But maybe that's not time to be singing Frozen songs. Like maybe you should be put on some DMX or something. Jesus Christ, or whatever hypes you up. Put on some Kid Rock. Put on some David Allan Coe. Put on whatever fucking hypes you up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever hypes up you Midwest or the Midwestern whites.
Oh my god!
Throw it on.
But you remember the year after Kobe Bryant retired? And the Lakers lost like 15 in a row. And then they went and they played that 16th game and they won. And after the game, all the guys were like dancing, celebrating shit. Yeah. And you just know that like Kobe would be so fucking bummed.
Bro, he would just
see that shit.
He's like, I have to take a few days off basketball.
Yeah.
After that. That is. I spent 2 decades building this culture, and I've been caught for one.
That Mamba mentality.
These dudes are jerking each other off after
breaking a 15-game winless streak.
Yeah,
jeez,
it's almost pathetic as having a 0-16 championship.
Yeah.
You went a quarter, almost like a fifth of the season without winning a game in a row.
Fucking awesome. All right, so we're about fit at 3 minutes, so we're coming up on an hour going on down here. So, Jack, we know where you're at. We don't have. You don't have to tell us where you're at. Just explain where you're at. You're at the greatest ladder match of all time.
Even though Jeff Hardy and the Hardy Boys lost. Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off the ladder. to a 20, 25 foot drop.
That's insane. My favorite era Jeff too. The fishnet red hair, the No Mercy era Jeff.
Hell yeah, dude. So
what event was that at?
That was at WrestleMania.
Was it a WrestleMania?
Yeah, the only time the Hardys won at WrestleMania was
they always lost
at that tag match in 2017.
When we watched, the greatest return of all time.
Yeah, that pop was insane. I still watch that pop on YouTube every once in a while.
I do too.
Yeah. When the New Day comes out and they're like, "Who could it be?" and everybody's like, you can start hearing people in the back going, "Delete, delete, delete, delete."
Yeah, it was pretty sick. That was and that match, dude, that is still one of the greatest. I mean, they basically every legendary match the Hardys were ever in, they lost. Like they put on the best performance, and they were the ragdolls, and they did all the. I mean, not all the spots, because like Edge and Christian were fucking dogs back in the day, but they always lost.
And were the Dudley Boys in this match as well?
The Dudley Boys were in this match as
well.
There
were some good spots. Yeah. There was the ladder going. I think it was Bubba and
it was Matt Hardy.
No, Matt Hardy and Bubba.
Matt Hardy. Yeah.
And the ladder went, and they fell out the ring through tables on the outside.
Through the tables.
It was double stacked tables.
Yeah, double stacked tables.
Yeah.
God,
they barely caught that top one too, and like they had to like really lean into it to even because they almost fucking missed the entire thing and fell straight to the concrete. I was like, whoo. They jumped to catch it.
I'm surprised there was not more table related injuries in wrestling. Do you guys remember when Bob Holly like cut the shit out of his back on a going through a table?
No, but
it looked like someone took a razor and just unseamed Bob Holly because he went through the table and and it was just a jagged edge that just like caught him. And I'm surprised it didn't happen more.
Yeah,
but it was like the most terrifying thing. Bob Holly went the rest of the match, but you could just see meat.
Didn't he? Well, and don't they make those tables for that? But kind of they're like
gimmick,
kind of
like
foolproof table or kind of gimmick table. But obviously, there's one in a million where it's going to break and shit like that happens. But yeah, that's
always surprised that especially when you're stacking table on table and shit's just like flayed out. I'm always just surprised that shit never went haywire more than it did.
So Jack is there because we're coming off WrestleMania.
We're coming off WrestleMania. Actually, we're coming off of the Raw after WrestleMania too, which
is right.
Like we just mentioned was terrible. So
which was booty.
I think WrestleMania was kind of weird because it seemed like the first night was a lot more
the 5-star
than the second night. So
first night of WrestleMania was the best WrestleMania. Period. If that was the WrestleMania, and WrestleMania was just one night, I'd be like, this was the best WrestleMania.
Dude, there was not a bad match. There wasn't even a semi. Like there wasn't even like a kind of boring.
Cena
match.
was meh, and that's as bad as it was.
Right, and like props to them to getting that out of the way. Like it was the first fucking thing. They got it out of the way. Cena committed mass murder with about 15 Make-A-Wish kids.
He lost in front of Make-A-Wish.
He lost in front of Make-A-Wish, which they had to do because you can't lose. You can't like we talked about last week, the part-time shit. Like and John Cena knows that. John Cena is probably the most cool. Like he's probably the most like willing to put other people low. I mean, he's got such a life outside of wrestling that I'm sure he does not give two fucks about coming back every once in a while and rolling over for somebody like Austin Theory, as long as it's like a good match.
The business too much. He knows
very much so. Did you guys also which we'll get to in a second bit? Speaking of entrances and kids, Bianca Belair had that all those girls dancing with her, and they had that one that was like with her doing the spider walk and all that shit around her head. Her mom died that morning.
Yeah.
So like, and she still chose to like fly out there because like that's what it's like. Did you see the thing of Triple H crying? Like Triple H did when he was telling everybody at the post fight thing.
No, I didn't see. I didn't watch the post.
Yeah. He told the press that, and then backstage, Seth Rollins was back there like high fiving all the girls, just being like, "Y'all killed it! Y'all killed it!" It was really hyping up the kids. I was like, "Damn, dude, it's such a different environment backstage than it used to be like 20 years ago."
Yeah.
When guys are like, what it's like Sing Sing prison, and guys are just taping fucking elbows, popping pills, and fucking
smoking. They're all the APA poker table, fucking pounding booze, smoking cigars. Yeah, I love it. But anyway, so yeah, we'll get to the Bianca. But yeah, the first night, titties. Like they get John Cena out of the way. We get the Austin Theory retained, which was, it wasn't a bad match, but it was an old John Cena. It was like an older John Cena match. Like he's an old guy coming out there. I mean, a bald spot. Stuart Howard, was brought to our attention, and which he didn't have to bring to our attention. I mean, Jesus Christ, see a reflection of the bitch. But he's looking old. So they got that out of the way. But everything after that was 5 fucking star. I mean, everything. It was the best women's match I've ever seen. Hands down. I don't give a fuck. And maybe not even like there's been really good. So Dave Meltzer, I was reading through his stuff. He was saying that there's been a lot of 5-star women's matches that, and obviously there's recency bias attached to stuff like this, but I don't. So we were talking about it in the group chat. Obviously, I don't think the way Stuart put it, there was so much action, but storytelling. Like I think you got the best of both. Like it might not have been the best wrestling match you've ever seen, but as far as like crossing all the boxes off, like I think that did it all. I mean, it was a great wrestling match. If there was no words, no story being told, the match itself was great.
Yes,
you get 2 of the best in the world, maybe the 2 best in the world, and then you get the storytelling. I mean, the pace of that match, Charlotte, who just went out there and put balls to the fucking wall to put Rhea Ripley over, knowing she's giving up this title.
Like a fucking demon.
I mean, it was everything you ever want. I mean, it was like, it was the first time in a long time I got after a women's match where I like sat there, which is a huge fucking smile on my face. Like, damn, that was. And
I'm
sick.
so glad that we had that Pat McAfee like buffer for the crowd.
Me too.
Because it gave you time to absorb what the fuck you just saw with that women's match.
Right. You just sit back.
And no disrespect to Rhea Ripley. She's the champion now, and it's deserved. But, like, if you look at it from, like, an inside perspective where it's, like, it was an absolute professional respect thing where Charlotte was like, okay, I'm going to sell for you, and I'm going to put you over so hard, but you have to earn this. And you can see all those stiff shots where
dude, that shot of
forearms were connected, fists were connected. These girls were legitimately, because again, it's 2 pros and they're not, there's a pride thing involved here. And so if Charlotte told her, if I'm going to make you the fucking face, you better fucking prove it. And like, you're going to eat these shots. And I'm going to do the same for you. And it was fucking beautiful.
That picture that's at the end of the match that's like going everywhere now, of like that picture of Charlotte sitting against the ring and like she's outside with a smile on her face, and like behind her in the ring, you got Rhea Ripley just holding the belt up. It's just like, it might be the coldest fucking photo. It's so sick because it's just like you see, like you could see that Charlotte believes that everything that you just said happened. You know what I'm saying? Like she believes that Rhea did take all the licks. She earned that shit. Everything. Match. It's exactly how they wanted that match to go, if not more. And you can just see that she sat there with that smile, like, damn, we just did that.
Satisfied with, like, that's a job well done.
Yeah, it's a classic. Like, that's a legit, pun intended. It's just a beautiful match. So
great job.
That was fucking great. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, great match. I mean, fucking,
I hate how much I mean,
it was
Logan Paul as a wrestler.
The athleticism. Seth Rollins is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of his like promos. I don't really like his character type thing. Yeah. I'm not a big Becky Lynch fan. Like, I really miss steampunk Becky. Like, I don't like this man. I liked her before she was the man. But anyway, but Seth Rollins is one of the. It's kind of like AJ Styles. Like, I'm not a big AJ Styles guy, but the guy is one of the best wrestlers on planet Earth, and in his prime, at one time, was the best wrestler on planet Earth. And it's, Seth Rollins is up there. He's fucking great. But dude, Logan Paul is like, my God, this guy just goes away and comes back, and it never misses, and he's better every fucking time. Like, it's not like there's no rust.
He's good on the
it's
mic.
not like it's not like the last match he had. Like, every time he's doing cooler shit, and it's like, damn, like, this is, the entrance was fucking awesome.
So much heat. The entrance was so stupid. I loved it.
I can't hear you.
Muted?
I'm not muted. What? Sorry. Did you say something?
Oh, hold on.
I was listening to Stu.
Oh, but he's so good. His entrance was so stupid. I loved it. They spent all that money, took all that time to put a fucking zip line in, and he rode it 25 feet.
Who? Sorry,
Fucking Logan Paul.
You're glitching out.
Am I?
On my end, I got the shitty internet right now for some reason.
Nick, can you hear me?
Yeah, you guys continue. I got to work on something. I can't hear nothing. I can't hear anybody.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, you guys just continue. Hey, front office, just take me off the screen for a second. We'll be all right. You guys continue.
Is that Springfield connection?
It's going through the front office shit.
Yeah.
But no, he just to ride that zip line 25 feet.
Yeah.
And what was he shouting? He's like, I got a zip line for my birthday. Like, it's such a piece of shit kid thing to say.
He plays heel. Yeah, he plays heel really well.
He came in as a heel because everyone's like, fuck this little like TikTok kid and his brother filming dead bodies in a Japanese suicide forest, fucking all this
killing pigs or some shit.
Yeah. Fuck this kid. But you know what? This kid can fucking go though.
That frog splash was so epic, and KSI took a good bump, and so
KSI played dead. It was like KSI showed up and was like, just backstage, someone grabbed him and said, okay, when he hits you with that, play dead. And then he took it to literally, because KSI didn't move after he did that.
Dude, you know what I thought was a work when it really wasn't, was when Shane McMahon blew his leg out fighting the Miz, dude.
You thought it was part of it?
I thought it was a work for sure.
Maybe. I mean,
no. At the time, I thought it was a work.
Yeah.
Obviously, now he blew his leg out. Like Snoop Dogg had to come in and drop the people's elbow and save that match. And
I've got a theory.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
Welcome back. I've got a theory with the Shane McMahon thing.
Dude, this is a good one too, and I believe it. I kind of believe it.
With Shane McMahon, I believe that Vince McMahon was giving Shane one last shot to like win over his love and show his love of the company that his father has built, the empire, so that he could become, so he could get control of it one day when his father passes on. He's going to be the heir to the kingdom. Shane McMahon blows out his fucking knee. The very next day, sells it to the fucking UFC.
Dude,
he says, "Fuck it, dude."
He's like, one last time to not fucking embarrass me,
dude. You know what's funny is they both blew out their legs in the WWE.
Yeah,
ring.
But guess who still looked fucking cool with two blown knees, sitting there at fucking Royal Rumble, screaming at Batista and John Cena. Guess who was writhing around like a fat pussy? Guess who was writhing around like fucking Kevin Nash?
Yeah, dude,
with a blown ass quad.
He said you could hear him say to the ref, "I'm fucked. I'm fucked." And that's what he said. And then you can also hear the ref telling Snoop Dogg to drop the people's elbow on him.
People's elbow, Snoop. And then she had to go around again. People's elbow, Snoop.
He's just so high. He's like, I'm not the Rock. He's like looking for the Rock. He's like, who's doing the people's elbow?
He's all high. He's like, but no, the best was when he was almost like he was looking for his car keys. Got his glass. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's too good. Well, and then
Snoop is he gets it.
I like to see the moment when Sammy and KO won the titles. That was pretty sweet. That was another good match.
Yeah, I don't know what I missed while I was gone, but I assumed you guys talked about the Cody. Did you guys talk about Cody Roman?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, well, that was
saving that to the end.
Well, what was the end of night one? That was Cody Roman, wasn't it?
No, the end of night one was Sammy.
Oh
KO.
Yeah, Sammy and KO versus So that dude,
the Usos.
Yeah, that was another one of those matches that was just the ultimate of both. The storytelling in that one was titties too. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah.
When Kevin turned on and was like, "Let's finish this," you're like, "We're finishing the fucking story."
Well, and which obviously, in the outcome of this is what it kind of everybody thought. was a kind of a foreshadowing of what we were going to get in night 2, which we'll get to in a second, but it obviously was not the case. But yeah, that was a great match. That they were at the top of their game. The Usos killed it. They looked great. I mean, they're great ring performers too, and not driving out drunk. I mean, they're like they're the fucking new. Which one is it, Jimmy or one of them's catching up to fucking Jeff Hardy in DUIs. I know that. But yeah, great match. But night 2, like we said, I almost feel so. If Stewart's theory isn't right, it's almost. I said it earlier. It's almost like Triple H wrote night 1 and Vince at least wrote night 2. Whether that was the plan or not, it truly felt like night 2 was a Vince McMahon night. And I mean, because I don't think Triple H would have had Roman. Like, here's the thing. So Roman retains. Everybody thought that when the Usos lost the belt, we were going to get Cody. That meant that Cody was going to take the belt from Roman. They're playing it up. Roman's touching the belt. It's like it's the last time he's ever going to touch him. He's like holding all the time he can. Cody's got all his family ringside. They got -1. They got Brody's fucking kid, and and he comes out, hugs him, gives his weight belt to him. Everybody's like, no fucking way are they going to have Cody lose in front of his Brody Jr.
Right. Like when Davey Boy Smith was at In Your House against Shawn Michaels, and he brought his sister who was dying of cancer out to the front row, and you're like, they're not going to make him fucking lose in front of his dying sister. And then sure enough, Shawn Michaels pins him clean. You're like, what the fuck is this? In his home country in England in front of his dying sister.
Jesus.
So like, dude, you're thinking like, okay, obviously this is coming.
Yeah.
It does not happen. So due to interference, what's his name comes out, gives him the fucking spike, pins Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Sosa, whatever.
He was awesome, by the way.
He is awesome. All of that bloodline. I mean, and I get The Rock tempting obviously he's not going to come back for long, but like I'd like to see them tie this bloodline thing in somehow. But so it doesn't happen. So and everyone's kind of left. There's a lot of people that were like that really enjoyed like the surprise of it, but a lot of people are like, we're kind of confused here because like where obviously there's the angle of they did this so Roman can get to 1,000 days as champion, but
who gives a fuck?
Who fucking beats him then? So what did we bring Cody here for? Like, what is Cody here to do? Like,
well, what's more confusing than that is the Raw after WrestleMania where it's like, okay, they're gonna face each other again. Oh, tag match, and then you bring Brock in, which is like you kind of think like if Cody had won WrestleMania, Brock would kind of be the other person that Cody would have to face at some point to like solidify his status as a champion. You're like, okay, they're gonna have to have a run on it at some point. But then Brock turns on Cody, and I don't get it.
He just beats the fuck out of him. Like
it's like they're beating him back down to like are they just trying to make him not look like a fucking champion now?
Yeah, it's like this guy this guy basically just beat Roman Reigns without interference, and now on the very next night, instead of like making him look powerful again or like making him look like trying to keep him afloat in the storyline, you just beat the fuck out of him, like ragdolled him like that. There's that thing of like, there's like that video of him like slumped over the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It makes you think like, I mean, I guess, I don't know how often mid card or like mid match changes happen, but like, it almost, the way Cody reacted to that and like sitting in the ring at the end, and like it almost makes you think that at one point he was supposed to win that match. Like it almost makes you think that like at some point like it was at least discussed, and then like they might have landed on because like he's sitting there and like when the cameras are off, and like obviously some of it was on camera and in WrestleMania, but like apparently after the cameras went out, like he sat there for a while, and it was like, damn, like it's like this kind of.
This sucks ass. Yeah.
This is what happens, Cody, when you take a fucking hammer to the throne at AEW.
Yeah. So that I saw
Triple H doesn't fucking forget.
Bro, they were like, so I saw that meme today, or like a video where there was like Triple H, where he's like, "I'm so sorry," like like he's like him apologizing for it. He's like, "Bro, I don't give a fuck about you doing that. I'm just gonna fuck you at WrestleMania." Like it is what it is. Like, you think I'm worried about that? I'm your daddy now. But
that's a Vince. I feel like that's a Vince move too, to let Roman retain.
Well, see, me too. And realistically, I don't think that was a Triple H thing. I do think that was a Vince thing, because I think that Triple H is more than like beef, personal beef. Triple H is another guy that I think is about the company, and like I think we're starting to see that. I think a lot of the time people are always like, he's a Vince yes man, which I think you kind of have to be to get into the point where he's at. You kind of
he's also married to his daughter.
Right, so. but he also but look at but right when Vince went away, he started. I mean, he changed. I mean, in the last year, we've had the best storylines. It's like we just got wrestling turned around. You know,
Sami Zayn was getting pushed.
When was the last time you had 3 or 4 storylines where you're just like, holy shit? You had the Bloodline, you got Cody and Roman, you got. Yeah, you said you got the women's thing, you got Bianca, you got there's just so many things going on that you're like get Logan Paul, there's just so many angles that you're like excited about right now, and it's just like damn, like so I think Triple H you could thank him for that, and I think he would have done what's best for wrestling before he would have fucked Cody Rhodes over for like his own personal enjoyment. I really think that. So
I agree,
but I don't know.
I also. Raw after WrestleMania, did they not have Bailey? But they had the other 2 girls from Damage Control there?
I'm not sure. I didn't watch all of it. I'll tell you that there was so much shit.
I heard anyways that the 2 I apologize, I don't pay much attention to wrestling anymore, but WrestleMania night 1 made me consider starting to keep up again. But then night 2 told me that
reminded you why.
Reminded me why I stopped.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, but I heard that the Damage Control girls were there, except for Bailey, and Bailey had a tweet out there being like, "This love affair is over, goodbye." And I'm like, "Oh shit, is she done with the company now?" Because she was one of the top women's people, and then now she's getting stuffed at fucking WrestleMania by Trish Stratus and Lita.
Well, I'll tell you what really pissed me off in general was that they came out before on night 2. WWE was like, we got so many surprises. So there's gonna be so many surprises, and then they didn't bring back any surprises. I don't think hardly. And then it was like, okay, you don't have Randy Orton, you don't have Bobby Lashley. You don't like what are we doing?
Well, that's what everybody was mad about with the Shane thing. It was like, so not only did we just get Shane McMahon, he came out here, blows his. I mean, he fucked it all up. It's one of the worst blunders in WrestleMania history, and this could have been Bobby Lashley. This could have been so many other people's spot on the card. Like, and you just wasted it on fucking
blowing
Shane
your leg
McMahon.
up.
Dude, when I heard his song, I'm like, dude, I'm not even excited. Like, I was upset. I'm like, I don't like Shane.
I was mad at how big of a pop he got.
Me too.
I thought his pop was
kind
kind of suppressed. I thought it was like an appropriate pop.
I
didn't hear them go that crazy,
but it seemed like a huge pop, and I'm like, fucking really? Like, let's think about the last few times we've been here.
So Damage Control is Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, and
a lot of talent.
The thing with Bailey that does not surprise me is this kind of goes back years with the who's the boss, who's the Sasha Banks.
Yeah,
when they we talked about this last week, the feud that they had and like there was so much disrespect between that they thought they were getting from the company that they were like openly calling out. I think Sasha Banks went before she left the company. I think they both went and changed their names to their real names on Twitter at one point. Like there was like a holdout going on with Bailey in
they're like unionizing.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that so this beef between Bailey and if this is true that she didn't show up and there's like this tweet going around, it doesn't really surprise me because one of her best friends in life is Sasha Banks, and like they've been beefing with the WWE for all these years, but. And this could only make it worse. Like, they were complaining about how the respect they were getting back then. And now, like you said, she's in a 3-person tag. She's like in a fucking with who she's got to carry because Dakota Kai is nice. She's from, she's a NXT girl. And then Io Sky is nice too. But it's like, obviously Bailey is the face. So it's, so, I mean, who knows, but.
And apparently, they have to eat the 3 count like every time like there's like a pay-per-view in Damage Control, and people like Damage Control because they like Dakota Kai and they like Bailey and they like
right
Io, and they want them to go over. But like apparently, creative just keeps making.
You had him lose to one new wrestler and 2 retired wrestlers. Well, I guess Lita's not retired anymore because she's a fucking tag champion.
Yeah, right.
I can't.
I hate that so much.
That's so crazy. You think they made Cody lose because he came out and openly said he was bringing the winged belt back? They're like, you know what? Fuck you, Cody.
Yeah, screw that.
Dude, the winged eagle is
so sex.
I wanted him to come out in this Stardust outfit.
Yeah.
That'd have been tight.
Come out, dude, looking like a can of Rockstar energy drink.
You should have had gold dust.
Like a Rockstar energy drink face with a big star. That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
so WrestleMania was literally Taylor. I mean, overall, I'll give it a flat B because night 1 was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Night 2 was so fucking bad. So like. But I can't go like B because anything less than a B, I feel is disrespectful of how good night 1 was. Night 1, like you said, I sat back like, holy fuck, was this a WrestleMania in 2023? Like, did I really just enjoy every single second that I sat in front of this TV? I mean,
do you like the fact that WrestleMania is 2 nights?
Hate it.
I hate it.
I think there's something beautiful. Well, no, there's something beautiful about building a 4-hour mega event.
Super card.
It's a super card. Like that's what it's there. It's there to be the biggest show in the world because in one night you've got every goddamn thing you want to see. It's the end all. And now it's like 2.5 days long. And before night 1, they have NXT's they have an NXT fucking pay-per-view that I forgot all about. I'm watching going into night 1 and they're recapping NXT. I'm like, dude, this is like 40 hours of wrestling. Like no one has time to sit there and start. I mean, and you got to think if WrestleMania started at 5 or 6, NXT started at what? 2, 2 in the afternoon, 1, 2 in the afternoon.
They used to have like a pre-card and shit. They'd open it up and they'd have the Andre the Giant.
Well, remember they used to have Sunday Night Heat before it?
Yeah.
Back when they had a Sunday show, they used to have the Sunday Night Heat leading in, and then because I remember I never used to be able to buy the pay-per-views growing up, and used to buy them, call them and buy them. So I'd always watch them up until, and then you always knew they're like, all right, switch over to pay-per-view, blah, 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 and everybody's going fucking like I missed that shit. Like,
then you had to hear about it the next day at school about what happened.
Yeah,
because some rich kids' parents had bought the pay-per-view.
You're waiting for the Raw after the pay-per-view because like you didn't know what the fuck happened, and it's like I missed that shit. Now it's like, I mean, straight, you said two fucking days. I mean, it's like 30 hours of wrestling.
2 days of WrestleMania, and then there's like a pay-per-view every month.
And a pay-per-view every month, right?
Dude, just go back to the big 4. I want Royal Rumble, I want SummerSlam, I want WrestleMania, and I want
Survivor Series.
And then you could do King of the Ring again, but don't do a pay-per-view. Make it like draw it out over like a summer.
Dude, I miss King of the Ring. Who won the last
King of the Ring? Was so good.
Well, what did I bring?
Was the last King of the Ring? Was it William Regal when he beat CM Punk?
They still do King of the Ring. 20 Raw. It says Raw is Xavier. Well, it says Xavier Wood defeated SmackDown's Finn Balor and win 2021 King of the Ring tournament.
There you go.
Xavier Woods is King of the Ring,
but they haven't done it since then. So 2021. That's how
little they fucking care about. I remember like, what was his name? Bad News Barrett or Wade Barrett. He won King of the Ring, and then he feuded with fucking R-Truth, and R-Truth had like the plunger, like to mock him. And I was like, this is the disrespect that King of the Ring gets. I was like, dude, King Harley Race, and like the Macho King, and God, dude.
Austin 316 was born at King of the Ring. God damn it.
Yes. King of the Ring was a fucking huge push. It was like, okay, well, Shawn Michaels has the Intercontinental belt. So how can we also get a mid-card push up to like, upper card? King of the Ring. It was a great fucking vehicle. Dude, God, I'm the king of wrestling. What a great title.
Let Pop Culture Rehab run wrestling for a year and it'll be whole different ball game.
Listen up,
AEW
Dana.
won't even exist.
Dana, we're talking to you.
Pussies out of fucking business. Who even works for that fucking shit company anymore? Doesn't Khan work for WWE now?
Yeah,
Nick Khan.
Yeah, he works for WWE.
So Tony Khan, and is he AEW?
Well, no,
Tony Khan's AEW.
AEW is Tony Khan. Nick Khan is like head of.
Are they related?
Yeah.
No. No. Oh, I thought maybe
Nick Khan's been there for a while.
Well, they need to let us run that shit, or whoever wrote Night Run of WrestleMania, because that was titties. Loved it.
Agreed.
Shout out to whoever did that. But on that note, we covered a lot. We actually got most of our Discord down today, which is new. Obviously people out there won't know much about what we actually plan on talking about here, because let me just tell you, we never get to talk. We never talk about what we actually plan.
We talk about one or two things.
Yeah, so we got through all that shit today. So I'm very proud of us. This is what, episode 42?
Yeah,
42.
Yes, 42.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 42. Welcome back to Goddamn Front Office. I feel like I'm coming in really hot since I came back earlier, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude.
That's terrible.
I love it. Bring the energy, baby.
Dude, I meant like my mic and everything. I went to all my shit shut down. I don't know what happened, but we're back. But yeah, episode 42. Good to have the front office back. We've missed you. It's good to hear that voice. Good to hear that fucking voice just peeking every once in a while.
Good to be back, boys.
Glad to have you.
Good to have you, Stuart. We didn't even get into Stuart's. He was going to talk about his misfortunes. Maybe we'll just get an update on that next week, because he got he got asked him out by a Nissan and a criminal. Financial mistakes.
Financial mistakes.
It's the fucking greatest thing. I was telling Shannon about that. She was like in tears. So thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 42. Make sure you're liking and subscribing all of our shit. PCR Pod on TikTok, or on Twitter, Pop Culture Rehab, everywhere else. Make sure you're liking our videos. You're hitting the bell so you're notified when we drop. Make sure you're watching our clips. We want to hear from you. Comment on our shit. Like, just tell a friend. Comment on our TikToks. We're really pushing TikTok in our YouTube shorts, because these other websites are for the birds. So just follow our shit, like our shit, comment on it. We want to hear from you. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. You guys have a fabulous week. It feels like spring. Kisses.
Love you guys.
Love you.